Brother Marines. Brother Marines. Brother Marines. Brother Marines. Brother Marines. Let's do that without coughing this time. That's right. Brother Mara. Here we are again today on this day, which is Thursday, which is not Tuesday, but that is this day. Because this day, not that day, is much like Thursday, which is today, if you're watching this now, which is when I'm doing this, which is now. This is now. Unless you go back. But that would be then, and this would be now. And that's then, but you have to click back to that. But then you can click to now. Technology has surpassed time itself. We here on the stream, and by we I mean me, proudly present the final steps to finishing up Chapter Master Valrak model. That's right, we're going to be getting this thing all wrapped up. And we've got a piece of paper down on the table. Hopefully that's going to fix the camera with its nonsense. Camera nonsense. Put myself into the corner. Here I am. I've just painted myself into a corner. So I guess that means we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to commit. What do we have on the table today? Well, we got Warsmith Relic in the chat. Hey, yo, Relic. Hey, yo to you, too. So, Brother Marines, we have today on the table today, which is right now. I already did this bit. So, we're going to be working on the Chapter Master Valrak model. Let's put it over here in the center. Let's get the focus. The focus thing was just working. Come on. It was just working. Wait, what happens if I cover it up? And then I do that? Is it going to... Trying. It almost had it. It almost had it. Wait, what if I go back to the other one? Well, now it's doing it. So wait. If I go back to this one then. Aha! Aha! I've got it. It did it. It's focused. Focus, camera. You did it. You crazy son of a bitch, camera. You did it. Okay. We're gonna have to get this, like, drunken face fixed. It seems like the face doesn't really pick up on the camera very well. It doesn't look that bad. And for some reason, the Aquillas are, like, glowing like neon paint in the camera. I still don't get what's going on with the saturation with that. I tried turning down the color saturation in a filter. It didn't do it. It just made things more black and white. So I don't know what's going on there. Don't know. Can't solve it. Can't fix it. We're going to mute it with a wash, and hopefully that fixes it. And if not, we're going to take pictures, and we're going to put them into the Discord. Link in the description below. All right, so let's pull the gaming table, which by that I mean my coffee table, where all my gaming gets done. That's where I sit. And we are going to start. All right, what do we need to do? There's a few steps that we needed to finish off from yesterday, because there was a few things I noticed. Like this elbow needs to get done. And then there's probably some small details like fixing some reds. I'm going to need to decide on what I'm going to do with this shoulder shield. Is that going to focus? Shoulder shield thingy. What, if any, pattern I'm going to be applying to this thing? I think I had an idea, but I forgot what it was. Maybe it'll be like a silver stripe down the center. And then I'll do either in quarters or half and half. I could do black and red. That's a thing, right? Why not? The helmet, I believe. The helmet needs to get some gold on that fist. And then I'm going to call the helmet done. I don't know if the little prongs on the front of the helmet there are meant to be in silver. I'd have to go look at my other model. And, you know, we'll get to that if we need to. But right now, we'll just do what we need to do. I've got some greens on the table, so in case we get to that laurel, which we should, maybe we'll do that first, who knows. The laurel will be done. So I need to fix up a few things. I also noticed that on this leg, right here, little splotch of black right there. It's not really showing up on the camera super well. But there's a little splotch of black right there, so I'm just going to give that layer of red at one point and go over that. But looking at this, what we need to do, there's going to be a little bit of gold and brass on this fist here. So that's going to be something I'm going to need to get to doing. So we got our brass and our gold right here, so we'll be able to restore that and do the helmet. And then there's going to be the reds and the black. We're fixing up some of the areas that are just need to get cleaned. Got greens for the laurel. I've got my flesh tone pack here for in case we redo the face, which we probably really should. Probably. And then we get to that step. Got some Agrax Earthshade. Good old classic Agrax Earthshade. And I guess I got the silver out. I don't know why I have that there. So let's start with something. Let's start with something. What do we start with? Start with the elbow. To do that elbow and the shield. Needs more null oil. Oh yeah. Well, I have actually never used null oil on a single model. I have not used single pot of null oil ever. Probably should. I probably should. So, get some of this wonderful Aberdeen black. We will put this onto our palette. Time to put some paint onto our palette, to put some paint onto some plastic. Or alternatively, resin, because that's what this is. So we're going to shake up this pot. I'm going to put it onto my dry palette, the driest of palette. Wonderful. And is goopy. Shouldn't be like, but it is. I'm guessing it's probably some of the paint that's stuck in the side of the cap, causing it to goop. Oh well. We can always get another pot of paint or something. Not a problem. Alright, so I'm just gonna mix some water in. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Typically I would go for painting medium, but you know, let's just get her done. Let's just get her done. Come on. I mean, really? What's with all this red tape? Let's just get her done. So, I'm gonna need to get this elbow here. Really, most challenging thing. The case of doing it neatly. Oh, that's super thin. Maybe I added too much water. I'll go to the thicker side of the pool. My way across this edge. very neatly. Apply an even coat. All the areas of the elbow. Trying to avoid gun and the areas that I don't want to be seeing right now. You know, it seems like these are obvious things, and somewhat they are. But you know, sometimes I wish that there was someone to tell me these things when I started the hobby. So it's kind of like I'm speaking to my much younger self when I was just learning how to do hobby. You know, because there's bound to be someone else out there who doesn't know at all what they need to do, what they're doing, what's gone wrong. And sometimes it's just good practice just to, you know, do things right. Going on all textury. I don't know why. You know, maybe I will add a little bit of painting. I'll add some of this Lamian medium just so I get the whole chemically kind of thing in there. Got our thin crust pizza on the palette. And let's go with this. Let's see. But anytime the model doesn't accept paint and it goes on all funny, I'm just going to attribute that to this being an unofficial non-Games Workshop sanctioned model that was provided by Chapter Master Valrak, just demonstrating ultimately that I got scammed. Alright. That's looking alright. No, it's not. Wet, so it's not going on super easy. Alright. That's where I'll leave that. Now for the shield. Now there's a few different ways I could go about this. And I'm wanting to just keep it simple, just to not, you know, not to drag this down. Now, Valrak here in this model, I gave him the quarter pattern for the helmet, right? The way that it's the type of helmet that would have the quartered pattern in my chapter. I could give his shield the quartered pattern. Or maybe I could give it like the 50-50 split. Red on one side, black on the other side. And then, yeah, split it with silver. I think that would really pop. But it also sounds like it would be a complete bitch to do. Just because of the positioning of things. You know, maybe I will do the quartered. Okay. Oh, not focusing? Not focusing? Focus? Focus, people. Focus. Do I have to go to the other camera to make it do it? Is it gonna do it? Okay, well, it's not gonna do it. So, whatever, this very loosely documented live stream of the events of painting this, which will have the quality of being painted by like a Roswell alien witness. So you won't really know if it actually happened or if it was just in your imagination. Wow, because of the way how it's like red with a black square in the top there right now, this looks like the American hell, like the American hell flag. American flag from hell. where your soul goes when it's set free. Okay. Okay, from the looks of this, I'm going to have to hit that shoulder pad with a little bit of red because of this fucking shield. I've now hit the shoulder pad a little bit with some black, and I'm gonna have to fix that. Motherfucker. In here. Even. Okay. Now to do the other side. Alright, so let's line this up. Off. That looks like that goes right there. There. Not going on super smooth. Clearly because it's a non-official model. That's why. The I get immunity from saying anyone saying I painted it badly because it's an unofficial model. That's why. And you couldn't even tell anyway because the camera won't focus on it. So let's get down to business. Oh, is that? There. That looks like that needs slightly. This needs to be flattened out. All right, that looks good. I don't think that's entirely even, but fine, because I can say it's meant to be that way. Because of all the shields being different. That's right. I can loophole anything. All right. Looks like this bolter needs a little bit more black on some of these areas. Probably because I'm using a paint that's been thinned down again, dried out, thinned out again, sort of paint, right? So, comes with the territory. I'm going to add just another thin layer to some of the sections of the bolter, which I didn't do a single bit of research into. So for the moment, I'm just going to say that this is how this thing looks. Until I decide otherwise one day. Alright, so that's probably it for the black, I believe. I don't think there was anything else really that pressing that needed to get done. Nothing I can think of. I needed to fix mostly red. Oh, but some of these areas, actually, now that I'm here, that looks a bit sloppy. That's why it's always good to take second, third, and fourth double check. And if you're good at math, that means 8. So, alright, so then red, so I can fix the silver on that side. And this one. And might want to do a tiny bit on this elbow pad. This leg. Alright, looking good so far. Next color. Next step. Next step. Alright. Wait, how is this one doing on this? Alright, elbow's looking fine. Okay. Golder green. Golder green. Red, golden, green. I'll do green. This is going to be a tiny step. So we'll shake this up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake bottle. Shake it all the time. Okay. Like a tiny splash of it onto the palette. Really don't need very much here. This really just needs to be the tiniest of amount. Because this is just going to be one part of the model. Which I believe, under the right light, goes from there. Oh, what is even on this? Some of these details are far too fine. They're so small, you can barely even tell what you're even looking at, which really isn't a good thing. I mean, like, it sounds like it's like, wow, that's amazing. Look at the small, 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 small details on that. The what? What? What is that? Hold on, I can't quite tell. Uh, oh, I see. What? What is that? Not helping. Not helping. Okay? Not helping the case here. Not helping the war. Right? You need details, but you need to be able to know what these details are. And then another issue you'd run into with these details being so fine and so small, the depth of some of these areas might not be so great. So each layer of paint that you're adding to it is gonna, good chance, start masking the details in. I mean, paint only goes on so thick. It's not gonna be like completely. It's not gonna be like flat by the time you're done. But if it's if the depths and raised areas are so small because it's such a tiny detail, it very quickly runs the risk of not of being a mess when paint starts getting onto it. I'm gonna let that laurel there begin to dry. It's not really pointing out. It's not really showing up in the camera. Big surprise! Wow. You mean the camera's not working? Um. There we go. That's the best I can get it right now. So when that hits its highlight, that's when it's gonna pop, or at least it should, in theory. We're gonna let that green dry for now, and I'm going to move on to a brassy brace from Game Caller. We'll be using the brassy brace. We'll be creating a goldy gold and be putting it on our model. So, oh, a little bit of dry stuff at the end there. Get rid of that. All right, a little bit on the palette, not too much. I only need a little bit. And we're going to get some of our handy dandy painting medium, and we're going to apply that generous amount into this brassy brass paint here that we have on the palette, creating a nice liquid paint here. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, off the brush. All right. Now, some of this is just kind of restorative because some of these areas were already painted, but now they got hit by some black in the process. So this is why typically I don't do typically I don't do the detail colors before doing the pattern. I don't normally run into this issue, but it's not a difficult one to overcome because look at that. I've already done most of it in just a couple pokes and prods here with the paintbrush. I might not even need to apply the gold, actually. That looks fine. I have a little brass onto there. That looks fine. I don't even need to put the gold. What was that? Nice. Alright, then after that, I think, well, while I'm here, while we still have this on the palette, I'll just apply a second coat of brassy brass over what I just did, just to make sure it doesn't wipe away or erode. And a lot of this is going to get darkened by the Agrax Earthshade anyway. Oh yes, that's what I needed to do. This buckle right here. The other buckles. One. Alright, that looks good. Perfect. Alright, so what was next now? The helmet. Alright. Let's get this 5-head painted. Alright. Now I can tell from the shape of this fist that's been applied here has been resized. And it's the exact same one as the one that's on the backpack. On the chest. It's the exact same fist. And sized down considerably. I think out of all the parts on this model, the forehead fist is probably, just based on the scale of the other ones and on the details on this one, the forehead fist, sounds like a cowboy name. Oh, perfect. That's gotta be his name. Bloodhounds then. I'm the forehead fist. No! Oh, got a little bit on there. Oh! No. I save it? No. Okay. I'm gonna have to paint over that. Ah! That hurts. Apply another coat over these. I think those got hit by silver by accident. Alright. Ugh. The golden forehead dot. Yeah, but now he's got the second dot. He's got, like, golden pair of eyes. Golden eyes. Golden eyes. You eat at Greg so much you got big thighs. Okay, wait. Golden eyes. Go over that the best we can. Probably gonna need 2. It being metallic and it being gold, I imagine this is gonna need 2 coats. Oh no, we might be able to cover up this heresy really quickly. Okay, one thing I'm going to check, though, in a minute. I am going to look at my Gravis Captain. Because then there's the little jowl dots. And I'm going to check if I did those in silver or not. Because then that's kind of the game maker, game breaker right there. Getting everything the way that it's supposed to be. But Slathe, it's your own chapter. Can't it be however you want it to be? Yeah, and the way I want it to be is the way I've already established. So, that. What else do we need to do? Red. Okay, well, we need to do light greens. We can get rid of dark green by a process of elimination. We can get rid of dark green. We can get rid of the gold and brass. Brass. We can get rid of that. I could probably just stick with a little bit of brass on there. It doesn't need... Because, like, I'm not going to be able to pick up too much definition on this thing. This fist there is absolutely tiny. You can barely make out the details, even with it being, like, with the light and the paint. And you just can't. I'm going to need the red for the fingers and for the leg and for the backpack. So, fingers, leg, backpack, right arm, elbow fix. Okay. And how's this looking? Then maybe the left arm finger. Get a little bit into there. Still think the strap's gonna need some more brown because I can see some red in there. I might need another coat for that strap. That's something I'm gonna want to get done. All right. Red. Let's do a little shake. Or do the Harlem Shake. Is that even a thing? All right. Right. Shickety shackety. Get off out of my factory. All right. Looking good. I know I just mixed paint on, or I just put paint on the palette. And it's like, well, what do you mean it's looking good? What are you talking about, Slate? Okay, so let's mix some medium in there. Clean off the brush. Lots of brush cleaning. Lots of brush cleaning. Most of painting a model is cleaning your brush. Got a little bit of a gold thumb here. Very carefully over that. What, do you expect me to talk, gold thumb? No, I expect you to die. I'm feeling your armor saves. Now for this elbow. Very carefully. Edge here. Better clean up that edge. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I'm already done that. I gotta make it look like I'm doing something. Okay, so now for the backpack. Okay, so I'm gonna go for underneath side. That's where most of that damage got done from when the silver hit the back of the backpack there. I guess this is easily fixable. Just a matter of just kind of going around, but not like on top of vent at the top of the backpack. The golden forehead. It truly is the five fist. The golden fist head. Yeah, the leg. See, that part completely eluded me last night. I didn't even notice that I had hit the leg. Sweep the leg. Okay, so there was elbow, hand, leg, backpack, other hand. All right, do this. And it was just like one finger. I think it was one finger. Finger that you should not touch. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Mmm, that is some delicious coffee. Brewed right in the hills of Colombia. So, we're going to need do 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 do. Okay. Green. We're gonna go for the green. We're going for the green. We're gonna go for the green and we're gonna get ourselves a birdie. Alright. I really need just like a pinch of this. Not even a pinch. Just need like a stoop. Just touch the palette with it. I'm gonna need to replace my game color paints at some point. If I find replacements for them. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to put some painting medium thinner into them and just hope for the best. Alright, so let's just dry that off. My thumb there, so it's kind of like a dry brush. Then I'm just gonna like pick an angle. Going back and forth. Like a feather touch. That should do what I want it to do here. Where it's gonna have the dark green, light green highlight. Very festive. Very Christmassy. Christmas Marine. I am Father Christmas, champion of the Christmas chapter. Okay, so that was all that. Oh, the cord's going nuts. All right. And we could do the gold on the flesh wash onto there, but I don't think it's going to pay off. I just don't think it's going to really give off what I really need for that. So I think that's the red, the green, the gold, the black, the face. Face. I really wish I could show this off properly, because this face doesn't look like, that looks like it's melted in the camera. I don't know why. I make it focus more. Pack of cigarettes. Like it's not like melted plastic, man, and I don't know why. It's focusing on the pack. Let's try a letter. I don't know, maybe if I just hit it with a wash. Maybe if I just hit it with a wash. You know, we'll see. Maybe if I just hit it with the Agrax or the shade, everything's gonna be fine. Whoa, unless I drop it. Everything's gonna be fine. All right, last minute double check. So, fist, check. Backpack. Looking pretty good. Tiny bit on that wrist link that I'm going to want to do red. I think that's done for that one. Well, let's check this guy. Okay, he's got no such wrist link thing. It is not there. It is different. So we're going to get red. Pop. Pop. Return the truth. Close. Place down. Squinch, 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 squinch. And much better. Action. All right. So now we're just gonna go with it. We could. A little bit rosy though. Got a little bit of that rosy nose. Maybe if I just add a little bit of this Kislev flesh, right? Oh, that's good. It's still got that liquid sound. That's good. How long have I even had some of these paints for? Not long enough. So, just enough to be at the end of my palette there. Into the palette, into the paintbrush. Okay. Cut off a little bit. Point. Brush is not really wanting to work with me today. But I believe that that's already looking a lot better. Not got that weird sort of like he's half blushing sort of look. Falling forward. My headset's falling off of my face. I don't like that. Okay. What was that? Out of risk of being absolutely wrong, I'm going to say that this is, at the moment, done. Now I'm going to need to reapply this helmet side of his belt, however it was on originally. And by originally, I mean not in the intended way, but in the modified it. I think is right there. And then apply the arm. And then apply a wash. All right, so we'll get a little bit of super glue. I'm going to get a little bit of this super glue here. It's some pretty good glue. You put a cape on it, and it's super, okay? It's super glue. Kind of like the Super Troopers, which are like the Koopa Troopers, but the ones with the capes. Ha. All right. All right, come out. There we go. A little bit of glue on the end of the cap there. Dried. The way that I like my martini. Okay. Now let's try adding our super glue to this model. Let's see if we can get it to go. Oh no, is this not like an air bubble? I know this has been sitting here for a while. Got like one use out of this thing, come on. Okay, so it's still liquid on the inside. Like a glow stick? Hmm. Maybe I've got like a tiny little piece of wire or something. I'm gonna head to bed, Slathe. Enjoy your night. Well, thank you, Relic. Hope you have a good night. I'll catch you again another time. I'm gonna try to open up this bottle and get this thing done. Be right back. And we're back. And super glue launched out of this bottle at an incredible rate while I was freeing it with a piece of wire. So I'm going to attempt to clean it off. Paper towel was probably a bad choice. Okay, so we're back and forth. Wipe. Hopefully that does a little bit of clean. I have some on my fingertip now. That's always wonderful. Definitely helps with the dexterity of the fingers. What? What? How is it clogged again? Did it just move the clog around? No! Okay, I'll just bring the wire with me. It's coming with me. Alright. Glue, go out of the bottle. Onto the helmet. There! Alright, we got the helmet with glue on it now. How's it going, Neko? Well, we just essentially wrapped up most of the painting. So now, and I forgot to check. Too late now. Now I'm just reapplying all the parts. So I can give this model the final shade wash. Which is essentially the finishing touch. I might give it one last look over before doing so. Just because it kind of dawned on me that there might be one part that I might have neglected. Alright. I'm just going to ignore that crap, because whatever. Hold that there for a second. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I did forget to do a couple parts, so now, while it's coming to mind, I'm gonna hold this here for a moment, and then there's gonna be a final sort of breakdown of what needs to get cleaned up, and then once all that's done, final wash time. Alright. Is it gonna focus? Is it finally gonna focus? Is it ever gonna focus? Do I gotta move the camera? Do I gotta do that? Do I gotta do this? Focus, people. Focus. Alright. So, model here is getting to the point where it's almost done. Couple cleanup spots. So behind that red shoulder pad, or on that red shoulder pad, there's a tiny bit that I need to put some red on. I may... Oh, okay. We'll add glue to this side then. There. Now, I'm going to need to get my other Gravis captain. And I have to go grab him again. So that way I can just check one quick detail. Okay, so as far as I could see, the helmet little bloop bloop prod things on the Gravis helmet here did not have little silver tidbit nipples or whatever you want to call them. Did not have them. So that's good. That means we don't have to do that. That's good. But what we are going to need to do is a little bit of red on the shoulder. I think I saw a part of the crossguard on the sword looked like it had either black or silver on it when it should have brass or gold. So easy fixes, easy fixes. And then this model's essentially wrapped up. It's just going to need to get a wash and then at one point in the future, you know, some basing material and stuff like that. So let's see, where are we going? Right here. Try to even that out so it's not. There we go. Done. What else? Helmet even? That's like very not even. So it's a good thing while I'm doing this, I can all these moments. All right. Very tip top of this helmet. Ooh, it's not much better. I went with black. Ah! I got super glue on my finger. Got it. Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like that didn't go on very evenly there. So I could probably go back to black. Put it on his pack. Gonna have to paint Chapter Master Valrak. Ba, ba-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. Okay. I think that was everything. Camera, do what I want it to do. Turn the lights off. All right. No, essentially I just need to give it a brown wash just everywhere. Maybe I'll try to avoid that screen the best I can. And then I think that is going to be calling that a wrap. Valrak. I'll turn this light back on so that way I can see. And have helpful. So, and hopefully that dark wash will help the face. Hopefully it helps the face, because the face is not good. It's not good. There's been way better faces than. Okay. Or Agrax. Alright. Wait, dirt. I'm probably going to want to take a bit of it on the palette here. Some water into that. Nice mix. Agrax and water. Close that down. We're going to go from head to toe with this thing. Alright, let's go. Pick a spot. Go for it. Is that way too thin already? Take this down onto the whole backpack. That way it gets into all the different areas. Around the face. Get it. Spots there on the back of there. Alright. Hopefully this fixes the Aquila brightness too on this camera. We'll see. See in a second. Try to avoid that square best I can. Fills in the edges that actually that dark contrast around it. Probably going to need to get some more wash on the table here on the palette. Typically, I don't really apply washes onto the palette. Doesn't really work out that well. But this time I kind of figured I would lighten it a bit. I would just thin the wash just a little bit, just so that way it's not going to go on quite so dark everywhere. Alright, so let's get a little bit more. One. There. I'll get 2 dollops of it. Water, and then some water. Mix that up. Wash off the brush. And then just keep going at it. And I find the important thing here is to start from the top and go down. And to make sure that it's even everywhere. At least when I'm doing my Space Marines. There's probably all sorts of techniques that with washes that are applicable. Maybe even more so than my own. I know. I know. Absolute heresy. But in this case, I want to have it get everywhere. If it ends up in color corrections, that's not the worst thing ever. But it just kind of works out the best with effort levels and what I want to get out of it. I have a gun. That went really quick. Might need more. I still need to do other arm and the cape. Grab up some of that. I'm gonna mix it into there. This is already pretty thin, but a little tiny bit. Okay. If I can get right in there. Alright, the sword arm. I'll have you get it right into the fingers there. Perfect. Alright. Side of the sword. I'm going to try to go up the blade, but keep a little bit of an angle to what I'm doing. Then when I want to try to replicate the angle I chose on the other side, the eye picks up on that. Did I do the shield? I did not do the shield. That. Now for... Oh! That was close. Now for the cape. This part's going to be tough. So I'm going to try to get the inside of the cape first. Just because that's going to be the really tough to reach spot. More wash. Gonna need more wash. You usually paint the bases as well. I usually, when I'm actually like doing the bases, what I do is I like to mix 2 different grains of sand. So I like to, I usually like to apply a thin sand and then a more coarse sand, but more sparingly than the thick sand on top of that. And then what I'll do at that point when everything's got the sand on the base, at that point I will paint the base brown, essentially. I'll just paint it like a few different colors of brown with a variety of different highlights, ranging from lighter browns to kind of almost an off-white. I'll use some dry brushing techniques, and I'll get that on there, and it has a nice kind of, what do I want to say, like almost like a desert look to it. So usually when my guys have like done up bases, they're in kind of like, I don't know, orc terrain. I'm not sure what else to qualify it as. They're in that kind of rugged sand area. Although there are a few that have been done with like urban bases. Not typically what I go for, but it's not out of the question sort of thing. It's not undoable. Let's get that one leg didn't get gotten, I believe. Right there. More there. I want to make sure that I never have to paint this model again. Oh well, I can probably wash that off or do something. Lightly just brush at it. Whatever, I'll go with dark. It's fine. He'll look like Aragorn from the animated Lord. I believe that is for the Midnight Society closed. So let's see if I can get a picture done. Getting a picture. Dark. Oh well. Alright. Oh wait, is his face actually showing up now? Now you can see his face? Really? Now you can see his face. Alright, camera. I'm on to your fucking games. I see what you're doing here, camera, with your trickery. Now you're showing the face off. Oh well. Oh, well, now that it's all done, well, of course, I'm Chapter Master Valrak. Alright, well then, brother Marines. Here we are. Here is the Feast of the Whirlwind in his glory. He will predict the return of the chapter's Primarch. And he is Steel. And he is Doom. And he is out of focus. Now you just need to show Valrak the finished product. Yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. I'll get that to that as soon as I possibly can. Come on. You're gonna drive me nuts. Wait, what if I cover it with this and pull this away? Oh, that worked. Kind of. All right. Well, I think that draws that into a wrap. So I do kind of like how he's got the silver eagle shoulder here, because then that's going to be a lot like the Arrow model, which is essentially just the Gilliman model, but that way he's going to match the Primarch. So if you put him next to the Primarch, it's kind of like, don't you ever talk to me or my son again, right? Sweet, that's looking great. Awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to show Valrak and see what he thinks. I'll have to get the aficionado Valrak opinion of Valrak the Bloodhound, which I'm going to need to come up with a better name than that. All right, so for all the Marines, let's go to our wrap-up. Move that aside. Let's move all the stuff. We don't need any of that. Now we can just sit back and relax. Put this away, put that away. We can just, it's just you and me. Just you and me. Just me, the live streamer, and you, the content consumer. That's right. And it's me providing to you what it is that I want to do. Not that you want. So, on this show, wait, what's going on here with this? Why does it keep doing that? I mean, we could have it do that. Why not? Sure. Sure, why not? I'll be Vega or whatever. I am Vega. Wait. So yeah, definitely going to want to do something with this guy at one point. Chapter Master Valrak. If I hold this for long enough, eventually it'll become the thumbnail. This is hurting my face. Okay. So, what do we need? Ravis. I picture it for the Valrak company. Nothing but Gravis. There'll be heavy intercessors, inceptors. There'll be eradicators and aggressors. There could be suppressors, because those are technically in a form of Gravis known as Omnis. So I could have those in there. I know. It's amazing. I love it. I think it's going to be a great idea. The Gravis Company. I could have my Gravis captain just mysteriously disappear, like he went off into the warp or something, and then Valrak takes over for a bit, and then the old guy comes back and he's like, hey, what are you doing here? And Valrak's character will be like, well, I've taken over the company. You guys were gone, and so I'm here, and I'm taking over now. And then, the Gravis captain will be like, yeah, but you're not an official model, so step aside. I'm the captain of this company. Scrub. So, with him out of the way, and with the official Gravis captain replacing him, there will be a Gravis company led by a pure bloodhound space marine of the non-fist variety. Although, you know, I thought these fists would actually really detract from things and it would be really distracting. But the fist on the chest, the fist on the helmet, which is barely even noticeable to be honest, and even if I had like the light on it and it was zoomed in, like the details are on it are weak. Not a shot at, but it's just like it's just so small that it doesn't really pick up as to what it is really that well. And then there's the one on the back, so I'm thinking gold fists. There's got to be some kind of tie to the Irie character, right? Something like that. Like maybe he's part of Irie's branch of bloodhounds, and so he like is loyal to Irie, but he's also loyal to the Primarch. So he's conflicted. He's conflicted as to who his loyalty lies to. Maybe it lies to himself. Maybe he's no shill, right? And he's scamming them both. Maybe he's scamming them both. Is this the first Chaos Bloodhound? Is this a Dark Angel? So, gonna have to figure out something for that. I feel like I got the privilege of being able to paint this model and have some fun with it, to be able to swap some parts around and just to get it at all is somewhat of a privilege in that sense. Like it's really a nice bonus to, I guess, kind of participating in the stuff over there with the chapter master Valrak. Go check out his channel. Cool guy. You know, sub him, bell him. If you can afford it, become a member to Chapter Master Valrak. I'm sure that he will appreciate it, and you can hang out in his Discord and stuff. There's some really cool people, very connected people, and we're pretty close to getting to 1,000 subs too. So when we get 1,000 subs, when we get a little bit over 1,000 subs, we'll be able to get members, and I'll have to cook up something that's worth it. I don't know what's worth it. Is just supporting me worth it? Probably not. But I'll have to figure out something for that. Some kind of benefit, some kind of bonus, right? You know, some kind of advantage, some kind of reason one would want to be part of said inner circle, so to speak, but not in like a Dark Angel way, in like a Bloodhound way. Bloodhound inner circle. Totally different, legally distinctly different than the Dark Angels. I think that will have to come in the future. What else? I'm thinking Valrak here. If I play any games on the channel, if I ever play any tabletop Warhammer related games, I'm thinking Valrak here will probably, he's gonna have to be like the first to ride in the Thunderhawk with the Primarch. Sounds appropriate. Sounds appropriate. It'll be Battleship Gray on the inside, of course. Of course. What else? I don't know. But I mean, for basing though, I'm gonna want to put some basing on this because it's not gonna look right if it's just on like a red base like that. It's gonna need something to actually kind of unify it together. I guess I'm gonna have to get that little whatever that is that he's standing on. I'll have to get that at one point. I think it's a little rock step or something like that. So whatever, I'll paint it like a rock. I'm not gonna worry about painting the base and do all that for now. I just wanted to paint the toy. The toy is what's important now. The base can be important later when we get to it. But for now, Harris. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out, actually. Turned out pretty good. I am not disappointed in this, except for being scammed. That I'm disappointed in myself for. Really dark and shadowy in here. Light's not that great in here. You'd think. I mean, like, look at me. I'm like a ghost. There's this one light on me, but this model doesn't really pick up the light very well. Maybe there will be color corrections in your future, good sir. But until then, it is a wrap on Valrak. We wrapped it up. We played it safe. 99% effective, right? Control teen pregnancies. But where will this go from here? What can we expect from Chapter Master Valrak in the future, in the past, in the present, in a time loop? We can only find out in the next Bloodhound story. So, with that, I mean, we're only an hour and a half in, but I really don't have anything else to do. I mean, I could go grab some other stuff, but I don't really have a plan, and I really don't like just grabbing things and then figuring it out here on the spot and in the live. It doesn't really work that well. It doesn't really create entertaining television. I mean, this is YouTube, not television. But if it was television, would it be any less different? Yes, it would be very vastly different than it would be on YouTube than it would be on television. Those are two entirely different things. So, with that, I believe I shall call this a wrap. I will post the pictures within the chapter Discord, and by that I mean the Bloodhounds chapter Discord. Probably within Chapter Master Valrak's Discord as well. And, yeah, so we will see you all in the next stream. I am Slathe the Space Marine. If you enjoyed the stream, press the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. Use the notification bell to get recently notified. And, if you haven't already, join the Discord in the Discord link below. See you out there.